Boom. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because we are going to be running some serious power. I have not run a Selesnya deck in a while, and certainly not an EOE. And there hasn't really been a Selesnya deck to run. But this comes by way of our good friend and fellow content creator, TREXODACTYL, the master of jank himself. He gave me this one. He said, I've been ranking with this one. It's brutal. It's brutalizing people. I've taken his, modified it, made it my own, which is, of course, what I'd like you to do. You take this, modify it, make it your own, with a huge Stompy combination plays here off of Selesnya, a very different Selesnya we're used to. And we've been going back to green quite a bit because arguably it's one of the strongest colors right now, and it's good to see. So before we get down to it, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those locations, you can watch us live stream, all that good stuff. Hit that notification button. You'll be notified whenever a new deck goes up or we go live. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, memes, whatever you want help, go there. Yeah, this is where Trex shared it with me. He shared it with me on Discord, and I said, sure, I'll take it. So you can always do that. And of course, this copy of my version is going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy, go right down there. And if you go down to the description, I've put a link to TREXODACTYL's live streams. This guy, he runs jank. If you want to see some serious jank combination plays, he's trying to hit for 5,000 each turn. So check him out down there below in the link in the description. Thanks, Trex, for the deck. So what are we talking about? Well, we're going to have some familiar faces here, but we are going to be swinging a lot more power on this one. Paw Patch Recruit. Very, very good. We're trying to manipulate counters on this. Counters is kind of the biggest thing that we have here, especially finishing with an OUROBOROID. So Paw Patch Recruit is really good because it's a 2/1 rabbit for 1 green with trample. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a 1/1 counter on that target creature you control other than that creature. So actually really good pump right there. It also comes with the offspring for 2. You can get another one on there. You get a lot of trampling cards for 1 green early on. Saz's Chocobo, a pretty solid option for landfall. This is kind of a feint in my opinion. We're not really relying on landfall, but we do like the 1/1 counters, especially when it means that we get to draw cards, which we are going to be able to do using a couple other the tricks that we have here. So great early on. They kind of think they know where we're going with it, but they're not expecting where we're going to head. So that is going to be a big one right there. So early plays, we kind of build up, we kind of punish them for removal, and we do what we do. Innkeeper's Talent, again, a great way of putting 1/1 counters on creatures as we go along. We're going to go with 2 of these, 1 green and 1 at the beginning of your combat on your turn. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then, of course, permanents you control have 1/1 counters on them. If you get to level 2, pay that green. And then, of course, level 3 is if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent, put twice as many, which is going to be insane. If you actually do get Innkeepers to level 3 with OUROBOROID, get ready to be hitting for 10,000 damage. And I'm not, that sounds like a hyperbole, but no, I'm not kidding. That is a real possibility. If you haven't killed them yet, you're going to kill them with that. Sheltered by Ghost, we got to run removal, and this helps quite a bit. Life gain is going to be important. The protection with the ward stacks nicely with Innkeeper's Talent. Listen, I try to avoid playing Shelter as much as possible, but the ladder's been getting harder, guys. We got to lock in. We got to start playing some hard stuff. Sky Knight Squire and its companion, Voice of Victory, right here. 1 white and 1 Cat Scout. Whenever another creature enters, put a 1/1 counter. As long as this creature has 3 or more 1/1 counters, it has flying and is a knight in addition to its others. Do you see the 1/1 counter combinations that we're trying to put here? Do you get what we're kind of trying to do with 1/1 counters? This is going to be important, especially with generating other creatures. Warden of the Grove helps with that, and so does Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory, great little card right here. Probably one of the better cards to come out of Tarkir. 1 white and 1/1/2 human bard, mobilize 2. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Take that, blue. Take that, counter spells and removal instance. They can't cast spells during your turn, which is actually pretty valuable. And of course, whenever you attack, you get 2 1/1 creatures going in as well. Very, very cool stuff. I like to synchronize this with Sky Knight Squire because if you do that, he immediately gets +2/+2. All you need to do is attack with Voice of Victory, and you're good to go right there, as it were. So really, really cool combination play you can do there to slowly kind of build up board presence for your 1, 2s, and 3s here. Enduring Innocence. We need a little card draw, and the little life gain helps too. 2 white and 1/2/1. Sheep Glimmer, lifelink whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, which, I'm going to be honest with you guys, is every single card in our deck. Yes, we have no cards that start bigger than 2. Believe it or not, for a Stompy deck, we're going to build everything off of counters. We're going to build all of our power that we get from this deck completely out of building it up, not starting big. Okay, so everything that we have is going to help us draw a card. It triggers only once each turn, and then when it dies, of course, it becomes an enchantment, so we're always drawing those extra cards. The extra card thing is actually going to be really cool because we are going to hit this new one right here, which is Terra Symbiosis. 1 green and 2. Whenever you put 1 or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, you draw that many cards. Only do this once a turn. Now this is interesting because if you only put a 1/1 counter on a card, guess what? You only get 1 card. There is a potential here though, combining it with a bunch of other plays, that you could put multiple 1/1 counters and draw 5, 6, 7, 8 cards at once, especially considering of what you do for OUROBOROID or Warden of the Grove. It is an interesting combination play to run on here. Or, of course, if you have Innkeeper's Talent where you do double the amount, you could potentially draw an enormous number of cards, which gives you access to just a lot of options to keep putting the pressure down on your opponent as you go. So really, really cool card right there. And I love this kind of classic artwork of these bug monsters marching in unison. It's really cool looking. Warden of the Grove, kind of a critical piece right here. Actually a really good card from Tarkir that I don't think gets enough play. 1 green and 2 at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Here is what's interesting. It always is going to grow. However, it has this other ability. Whenever another creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is the number of counters on this creature. What does endure mean? It means you can do 2 things. It's an Abzan ability, Abzan Clan. You put X 1/1 counters on this creature, or you create an XX spirit token creature. So you either create a spirit token equal to the number of counters on Warden of the Grove, or it comes in with that many counters. So you see how that is. Warden of the Grove increases every turn. Let's say a Warden of the Grove has +3/+3 counters on it. You bring in something like Enduring Innocence, or even worse, OUROBOROID. You bring in that, it comes in with 3 1/1 counters on it, or you get to generate another creature. And then again, of course, if you have Terra Symbiosis, something comes in with 3 or 4 creatures on it, you get to draw 3 or 4 cards immediately, which is really good when you think about it. So combining Terra Symbiosis with Warden and then playing other creatures and having them come in with huge amounts lets you draw a large amount of cards and keep steady flowing into your hand those extra cards that you need to pull it off right there. I didn't want to commit too much to the landfall thing. I felt it kind of slowed us down. However, I do like Feladar's Retreat here. 1 white and 3. The landfall ability, whenever a land you control enters, you choose one, create a 2/2 white cast beast token, so you can either create a cat and pop that in right there, which of course will help everything else. And again, whenever a creature enters, or not, that's non-token, so whenever a creature enters, we get Sky Knight, or everyone on the board gets +1/+1 and Vigilance, which is super good for attacking and blocking right there, so it's a nice finisher. Then of course the pièce de résistance, the one that really ties all the room together, OUROBOROID. Monster card right here. It is a plant worm, more like planet worm. As you can see, this monster thing is growing as big as a planet, and that is actually what is going to happen. This has unlocked enormous levels of power. In early access, I think I got it to 5,000. 2 green and 2 1/3 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put X 1/1 counters on this creature, on each creature you control, including this one, where X is this creature's power. You can see how this would become a problem once it gets out. Everyone initially gets +1/+1. Then next turn, because this guy's power is a 2, everyone gets +2/+2. Then next turn, guess what? This guy's power is going to be a 3. Everyone's going to get 3/3. As you see, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We combine this with Warden of the Grove, and it comes in at a higher power, and then we pump it up with Innkeeper's Talent, or we use Paw Patch Recruits, the 1/1 counters we put for that, or anything else, or Terra Symbiosis, or any of these other combinations, Felidar Retreat, get that power up. It increases by everyone. So if it's a 10/10, everyone gets 10 more. Boom. Next turn, it's a 11/11, everyone gets 11, or whatever it was, or it becomes a 20, so it's going to add 20 more on top of everything else. Boom. Don't let them get, if you get 2 of them out, that's it. Because you get to order the triggers off. So if you get immediately everyone gets +20, that means your other Ouroboros goes up to 20, and now it's a 40, and everyone gets +40. It's ridiculous. It scales out of control for the stompiness of what you need to do there, and it just smashes in the face. You're going to see that played pretty smoothly. It's a great way to use Ouroboride. It's a lot of fun. 6 plains, 7 forests, Hushward Verge, Lush Portico. I like Lush Portico because it is a forest plains. It does count for making sure that you get both from Hushward. 3 Fabled Passages to get those extra landfall triggers off for Felidar and Sazes. And of course 3 starting towns, because Selesnya is not super supported when it comes to land combinations right there. So you might want to do starting town. We do gain some life with this, so it's not the worst thing as we go on that journey right there. I called it Selesnya, because I don't know why. 26 creatures, Bard, Bird, Cat, Glimmer, everything from worms to warriors, a little bit of everything. 13 enchantments, 24 lands on a 2.3 average, pretty much the same green and white as it goes. Heavy on the creatures. You are going to get punished if they are removing creatures like crazy and they're absolutely grinding you down with removal. You are going to have a hard time getting this, which is why we have to have the sideboard to kind of address things. Biosynthetic Burst, Indestructible, Trample, Reach, and Untap It, and a 1/1 counter. Very, very useful card from EOE. If they're removing a lot of things, you need to do stuff like this. You need to have stuff like Biosynthetic Burst. Defend the Rider also gives permanent Indestructible and Hexproof. So that'll protect you from, directed exile and destruction, even board wipes. Not a bad one right there. You want to get real crazy, you want to get real silly, get Dual Sun Technique out here. 1 white and 1. 1/1 counter. If it has a 1/1 counter, you get to draw a card and has double strike. You're swinging in with a double strike in the sky or anything like that. You're swinging in with a 50-50 double strike. It's usually really over. Bristly Bill could go in here. I don't want to lean too much on Landfall. I know we're already all tired of Landfall as it is, so I don't want to put him in there too much. Requisition Raid, another great card to combine with Ouroboride, because it can destroy artifacts and enchantments, but you can also put a 1/1 counter on everybody, which includes Ouroboride. So you can, if you have a wide board, you can pump your whole board up by 1, and then Ouroboride will pump everyone up again by 1 plus whatever the power of Ouroboride is, and just go really crazy with it. So Rec Raid, enchantments, artifacts being huge right now, not a bad one to put. Cease and Desist lets you exile a card from the graveyard. You're having a problem with Reanimator, or you're having a problem with artifacts and enchantments. You do have the cease, you have the desist part, or Reanimator, you have the cease part right there. And the last new one is we have Bioengineered Future. Not bad. This is not bad. It is 2 green and 1. Whenever this enchantment enters, create a lander token, which lets you get a landfall. Each creature you control comes in with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. A little bit more landfall token, but with that, with you combine something like Fabled Passage and the lander tokens, you can bring in stuff with an extra 2/2 on it, which does go pretty well with Terra Symbiosis, as it were. So I did want to bring up Bioengineered Future. A few people probably would have brought it up in the comments anyways, so it's not the worst thing in the world if you want to do that. You could do it instead of Enduring Innocence to try to really bring the power on there. I think the only thing that I felt after playing this was a little bit of lack of trample, but you can add whatever spice you want to get the trample in there. A lot of times we can just knock them out of the way with Sheltered, or just continually pound them and just knock all the blockers out of the way. So that is going to be that. I think the only modification in the long term, I think I might want some more trample in it, but you'll see what it does. It does quite good. We'll be ranking up with it, standard ranked. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Let's get into it. Here we go. Removal. Green has a clear weakness. What's the weakness of that shit? What do I have to stop that shit aside from destroy all artifacts? That's the only option that I have. That's the only real weakness of that deck. That's the only fucking weakness of it is destroy all artifacts. It has no other fucking downside. It comes up on everything else. There's no other downside to that aside from kill every artifact. We do this. One disenchant doesn't do shit. As a matter of fact, it might put you behind. Cracking one artifact in that deck doesn't do a goddamn thing. You need to kill all artifacts is the only way. Is if you have something like destroy all artifacts, that you'll get up on that. But other than that, you really don't have a chance. Terrible fucking deck. It's like the worst of control. Let's see here. Oof. Oof. What's going on here, guy? You alright? Plasma? You okay, my dude? You've got one colorless mana. Mr. Bad Time. Oh, Mr. Bad Time, where are you when we need you, Mr. Bad Time? Where are you when we need you, Mr. Bad Time? I should. I should make one. I should make an art of it. Then you're not stocking enough removal, if that's the case, Karl Lamaface. You're not stocking enough removal. The only thing you need to do is shut down green, is shut down their removal, is shut down their creatures. Have you tried Seam Rip? That works great against that deck. Seam Rip takes their Chocobos, their Tifa, and their Shoe Puff, and their Bristly Bill. For 1 white mana. Let's do this. Jealousy turning something to the sea. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Bad Time. Is that what you were looking for? Mr. Bad Time. This guy's couldn't be wasting more of my time right now. Alright, what's he running? But that's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Cause I'm Mr. Bad Time. Gets to draw 2 crads. He's looking for a removal. He's also... I'm a little bit worried because I'm afraid he's trapped in molasses. And he's holding up his phone above his head and trying to get out of the molasses while being stuck in it. And I'm worried that that's affecting his play lines here. It is, you know, it's a concern. You don't want to see your opponent literally stuck in molasses. That's rough, man. You know? Boom. Do that. Bango. You know, a giant tank of molasses once exploded and killed like 100 people? Isn't that fucking horrible? Ooh, double triggers on each one. Nice. Vav. We'll put down Vav. Draw a card. We'll put down you. We'll put down you. But that's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Sephiroth. Dore. Banana. 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 Sephiroth. Do 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 do. Sephiroth. Ba ba do 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 do. Banana. 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 Sephiroth. Ba ba do 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 boom boom. Sephiroth. Skynet Squire, boom, boom, boom. Pop, 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 pop. There we go. Sweet Sassy Molassy. You guys remember ever watch news radio? It's so weird to watch news radio and see Joe Rogan. And he's just like kind of a young guy. He's like a comedian. It's a bit of an experience, a Joe Rogan experience. Yeah, I've done that a bunch of times. You haven't seen that in my videos there, Mnet? I've done that a whole bunch. I love that. Ew. Sunstar Chaplain. Yeah, Rogan fell fucking way the off, man. I used to like him on news radio. I used to like him a lot on news radio, and now he's this thing. Whatever that is, that Joe Rogan is now. Ooh, okay. Oh, man. Enduring Innocence, you might have to go. Lush Portico. I need a mana. Beautiful. He's kind of gone off the deep end, unfortunately. Ooh, look at this blast from the past right here. I'm genuinely curious as to see what's going to happen. So, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to let that through, no problem. You can get through with that, man. I'm going to put down Terra Symbiosis. Gonna trigger. Boom. Take action. Triggerfish twist. Boom, 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 boom. Starting town. Mobilize. Boom. News radio is one of my favorite shows of all time. Still is. Draw a card. Born to the Grove, not bad. Ooh, really pumping up here. Really pumping up here. What do we got? Come on, man. Come at me. Come at me, bro. So I would do 6. Hey, what's up, Snow? You old sleepyhead. Yeah, I mean, Andy Dick, it's rough to watch Andy Dick in that show, but listen, it's nostalgia for a time that used to be very, very nice. Phil Hartman, I know. Knowing that basically Andy Dick gave Phil Hartman's wife the drugs that she went on a crazy bender and killed him. It's very hard to watch, but listen, there's a certain sweetness to it. There's a certain innocence before all this fucking happened, you know? That 90s-ness. Can't say it's not loaded, but it is a comfort watch for me occasionally. Yeah, we'll keep it. Hey, thank you so much, Snow. Snow is gifting, as she sometimes does. I'm going to put down this, and I'm going to wait to use my Shelt for something else. You wake up, Snow? I tucked you in when I left. Let's do this. Let's do this. There's OUROBOROID. I want to get that out. Boom. Pop, 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 pop. There we go. You know what's funny? Let's talk about something, guys. It was very funny that, damn, enters tabs. Let's see if he wants to lose his creature. Let's see if he wants to lose it. Boom. He doesn't. Boom, 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 boom. Let's talk about something funny. So I get accused, occasionally, every now and again, I get accused of faking a deck. Hacking, if you will. And as you all are aware of, I'm right here. You're listening to me right now on YouTube. We are just hanging out. So it's always very funny when we get that. Hey, there we go. You never heard me talk about snow all the time? I'm not talking about the precipitation. Snow is my paramour. No, that's a terrible way to say it. Snow is my girlfriend. Well, yeah, it has not one singular time paid off, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. It has not one singular time been a useful card. I wish it had been. I wish it had been. I'm sorry, Trex. He's gonna burn that guy up, Wabango. He's gonna burn that guy up, Wabango style. What do you guys in there? We're gonna adapt it. I've already adapted it slightly, but I forgot we had this, and I haven't run a Selesnya recently. Wabango, very nice. Put that down. Let's do this. Boom. Hey, good job, Summer. Good job in reaching plat 4. Oh, he's doing full burn. Hell yeah. He's doing the full burn fucking thing. So we're gonna do Sky Knight Squire, followed by Vav, and then we're gonna hit OUROBOROID next. So hopefully he doesn't have 50,000 more removals. We'll see here. He could, though. Pyroclasm, that dies. Pyroclasm number 2, that dies. So we're gonna do this, Enduring Innocence. Boom. It is all burns. I was right. It is literally all burns. Boom. OUROBOROID. Pump. Draw. Boom. Pop. Hit. Bolt wave, boom. He's level 3. Nice. He'll probably put down... Does he want to put down Screaming Mimi, or does he want to do the Overlord? He'll do Screaming Mimi. Very cool. Suplex. Nice. Bango. Let's do this. Boom. Screaming Mimi. Very nice. Going in. Boom. Gets a bunch of cards. A million shocks. Ah, that's game. A little too slow there, and we had no removal pop up. A little too slow and no removal popped up. I already answered that in the Discord, Summer, and the answer is you shouldn't do that. Alright. Chicky, should I do Chicky? We'll do Chicky. Yeah, Trex, I'll be honest, the landfall feels superfluous in this. Red has enormous card draw. What colors are you mixing? What colors are you mixing when you do that, Summer? I want you to think. What colors mix when you do that? Consider it. Bristly Bill, so I know who's going in the boo-boo hole. Bristly Bill's going in the boo-boo hole. Unless he's got a protect card. He may have a protect card. If he does, no, he'll play something here. Yes, it does work. No, you shouldn't do that. That's my answer. That's my official answer. He's gonna do a fight. He's gonna do a fight because he can't resist. He'll do a fight between this and this, or that and that, because he really wants to play something here. He can't get them both, which means that this will resolve with that pump. No, he's not going to do it. Okay. So he's going to wait for the... No, he can't help it. He can't help it. He can't fucking help it. He's got to play the fight card. He couldn't fucking help it, man. Couldn't fucking help it. Should have kept it for the fucking protection. Now you're in trouble. Bango. For 7, that'll put us at 32. He's gonna try to gun me down here. 32 points of damage. He's gonna do that. Pump. Spring Loom Druid. Land. That's not what we needed. We do that. No, we needed something else besides that, and we had no trample. Boom. I'm not convinced that landfall is what this deck needs. I don't know what benefit we get from landfall we get from this. Genuinely kind of confused as to what landfall's doing in here. He seems just uninvited, really. Like, if we're not going to commit to the landfall bit, why are we doing it? That's another Trex question, but he had to go to bed. I'm a little confused, and we're a little lacking on trample as well to get through. I like the combination play that we can pull off, but I'm not sold on this. Creature artifact, he'll get rid of the chocobo. Doesn't want me playing on one. We're going to get our ass beat the shit out of us with this. This black deck is going to beat the fucking brakes off of us. Unless he completely bungles it, which he very well might. People do bungle it. But nothing but kill cards and discard, we ain't got shit for that, man. We're going to get fucking fucked up. Fucked up. Well, we'll try to stay positive, huh? Absolutely not. He cannot decide here. There he goes. Boom. We have that. He's going to play like probably Bandit's Talent or something. Another discard. Yeah, another discard. He gets Shelter. We'll put down Vav. Could have a direct removal for Vav if he does. Vav Curse Rakshasa. This. I think we do Innkeeper's Talent and Sky Knight Squire here. Demon, Bloodletter, very nice. Boom, hit us for 10 there. Pop, pop, pop. Okay. Boom. We have a blocker. I don't think he can get the kill card out right now, unless he has fucking the instant kill. Brush of Dread. No, that's not gonna work. Bloodletter. Out of there. Okay. He bungled that. He did bungle that a little bit. Took himself to the bungle gym. Can we get to 30 likes, guys? We've been stagnant at 27, so someone's sitting on their hands here. Hey, thanks for coming, Vlad the Stoner. Appreciate it. Sylvesky, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Zavritz, the favorites. Did I say hi to you, Zavritz, the favorites? Who's falling behind on the liking? Someone is. We got 50 people here and only 28. So someone's falling behind there. That is not a good opener, man. Fuck me, man. Ops goes first. I'm going to mulligan that. That's better. We'll get rid of the extra Zazzes. Boom. You are Summer? That's fantastic. The trick with streaming and content creation is to do it. I know that sounds very basic, but I mean it. The number one trick that I tell people that you want to be a content creator, fucking make content. Start making content like a crazy person. Start streaming, making videos. You don't need equipment. I started with a laptop and a $20 microphone. A HP laptop with a busted part in it and a $20 microphone. You don't need to go nuts. I'm gonna see if he wants to trade. I don't think he does. Do I have any control deck ideas? Yeah, control yourself and play a fucking mid-range deck like a real fucking hardcore MTG player. Like a real fucking hardcore MTG player knows what he wants. Unstoppable Slasher number 2. He's gonna pop OUROBOROID. Pump you. Pump you. Boom. OUROBOROID again. Go in. Bango. He needs to make that demon. Parsi Revenant. Very nice. Stab. And he's out of there. Hey, what's up, Nonway? Thank you so much, Daedalus Kush. Matthew, actual answer is I don't really make a lot of control decks. The best you're going to get from me is tempo. And we're probably going to be coming up with like a discard tempo deck. But if you're talking about a deck that's mostly counterspells, destruction, really, really fucking stopping the opponent for doing nothing and grinding it to a halt, generally I'm not going to make that deck. However, I will be making, well, I make a lot of mid-range. That's a mid-range. That's not an aggro. What I'm playing right now is fucking creature mid-range Stompy. It's not aggro. I will be doing some tempo decks, but I'm not a... Here's the thing about control. I joke about hating control a lot. I don't like to play control. I don't really think it's the worst thing in the world. I'm playing it up for being a character of the streamer. I understand its function in the game. I don't like that style, and because I don't like that style, I don't play it well. I disagree with it, so you know, I don't quite get along with it well, meaning that you're never going to get a great control deck out of me because of that. Do you know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all, because I just don't. My brain doesn't work that way, so it's why I very infrequently it's why I very infrequently run them, is just because it's just not my groove, as it were. All right, let's put down Warden. Oof. What's he gonna do here? Wipe. You will see some tempo decks, and discard is very much a tempo deck. You know, and that's, I have no problem with that. Gonna do that. Boom, boom. Okay. No, not really. I played some rogue mill decks back in the day. He's gonna wipe the board. Oh, deepest bluest. What is this guy? Okay. Why not? Yeah. There are one or two on my channel that usually have some other gimmick besides control. But generally I'm not the guy for it. Dimir Ninjas, I came up with the Dimir Ninjas last year that was arguably a control deck, and that did work, but as far as, you know, anything else goes, not really. All right, now we're on our grind, guys. It took a little bit to get our legs out from under us and to put us in the right position here, but currently on ladder we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 with the current version. So, ooh, Requiem Monolith. Should we try one more, folks, to round it out? We'll do one more. Hey, Boogeyman. Naune. Thank you so much, Silent Snow. Boogeyman. Really slow deck here. Really fucking slow. I'm gonna mulligan that because we need to go a little faster than that. I will keep that. Weird curve, but we're gonna do this. Starting town, boom. Blew through platinum with your discount net. Now I can't win a game. Save your life. Change your deck, man. The MMR's got you fucking site zeroed, man. He's got you fucking pre-sighted for artillery, my guy. You got to change it up. It's the only way. You gotta change it up. You gotta juke and dodge. Static X Death. Wow, if that is not a 2002 fucking edgy online username, Static X Death, man. As you guys may or may not know, perennially I'm a fan of edgy 2000s names. Shadowmaster XX. Yeah, that's the shit right there, man. That's peak internet. He's gonna burn it. Oh no, he didn't. Okay. Oh, it's Reanimator. Okay, so we're gonna do Enduring Innocence so we can draw a Crad. Boom, boom, boom. Fabled Passage. Okay, we'll do Sky Knight Squire. Sky Knight into Innkeeper's Talent here. He's loading something up here, yeah. Boof, get to draw a Crad, boom, do this, activate ability. Dirt Nymph, Dirt McGirt, and the Dirt Squad. Dirt McGirt and the Dirt Squad coming in. Coming in heavy here. Hell yeah. Ooh, I love Mongolian throat singing. It feels really good on my throat. I know it's supposed to... It helps clear my throat a little bit. When you have a deep voice, it helps. It's better. Nice. Boom. 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 Pump. Pop. Pop. Boom, boom. That. Boom, boom. Push everybody. Pop, pop. Boom, 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 boom. I should lower the helmet a little bit. I just need to move in. Thank you, Snow, for the bits. How was your how's let me tell you, Dirt Nymph. Whatchamacallit, whose name I can't remember right now, is not enjoying the draft. Nibtropolis, Nib City, USA, is not enjoying draft. She says draft does not agree with her right now. Drafting is not agreeing with her currently. And doesn't like the EOE draft situation. And I was wondering, as another big time drafter, how are you feeling about it? How is the EOE draft situation for thyself? When I rated her the other night, she was like, this is the worst. And was very unhappy, so... If he's on the table, you've already lost, 'cause he's my Valgavoth. Yeah. Let's do this. Boom. Pop. Chicka chop. Butt doo wop. Shelt. Heltered Skelter Shelter. There we go. Boom. Oh. Think I don't have it fucking... You don't think I don't have it fucking in me, man? I'll fucking go Super Saiyan on you. I'll fucking hit you for 50 in the face. Jazz me up right there. Got the wind shakes. There we go. He thought I couldn't punch right through his fucking chest. I'll punch right through it. Good stuff, good stuff. I like it, man. OUROBOROID is a fucking menace, dude. The Selesnya March, man. OUROBOROID is serious fucking business. If you get him going, it's bad times, man. Ooh, man, OUROBOROID is the truth. I mean, he is eating an entire planet in this picture. It should pretty much tell you about his power. Flutter Dev, I'm glad this is your introduction to the standard. We do crazy stuff here, man. We will knock you the hell out. Yeah, but we're gonna leave this one right here. Big shout out to fucking Trex for his version of this. But absolutely punching hard and getting wins.